Flood disaster in Lahat, South Sumatra, Indonesia on April 9, 2023. On April 9, 2023, Lahat, a regency located in South Sumatra, experienced a catastrophic flood disaster. The flood was caused by a band of heavy rain that lasted for several days, which led to the overflowing of several rivers and streams in the area. The floodwaters reached a height of up to 4 meters in some areas, and it affected several villages and sub-districts in the regency. The local government declared a state of emergency and mobilized all available resources to aid the affected communities. The disaster caused widespread damage to infrastructure and property, with roads, bridges, and buildings being swept away by the strong currents of the floodwaters. Many houses were submerged, leaving thousands of families homeless, and crops and livestock were also destroyed. The disaster also caused several casualties, with many people reported missing or injured. Rescue teams and volunteers worked around the clock to search for survivors and provide medical attention to the injured. The impact of the flood disaster was felt across the region, with many areas experiencing disruptions to basic services such as electricity and telecommunications. The local government and emergency services worked tirelessly to restore these services, but the damage to infrastructure made the task challenging. The disaster also highlighted the importance of disaster preparedness and the need for a coordinated response to such events. The local government has since vowed to take proactive measures to mitigate the impact of future disasters, including the establishment of an early warning system and the construction of flood-resistant infrastructure. The flood disaster in Lahat also brought to the fore the issue of climate change and its impact on vulnerable communities. The increasing frequency and severity of extreme weather events are a clear sign of the need for urgent action to address climate change. The disaster also highlighted the need for greater investment in disaster risk reduction and resilience building measures. Such investments can help to reduce the impact of future disasters, protect lives and livelihoods, and build more resilient communities. In the aftermath of the flood disaster, the affected communities received significant support from the government, civil society organizations, and the private sector. Relief efforts included the provision of food, shelter, and medical supplies to affected families, as well as the distribution of seeds and other materials to support the recovery of agricultural livelihoods. The disaster also spurred greater collaboration between different stakeholders, including the government, civil society organizations, the private sector, and affected communities. This collaboration was essential in ensuring that relief efforts were coordinated and targeted at the most vulnerable communities. The flood disaster in Lahat, South Sumatra, was a catastrophic event that caused significant damage to infrastructure, property, and livelihoods, and led to the loss of many lives. The disaster highlighted the need for greater investment in disaster risk reduction and resilience building measures, as well as the importance of proactive measures to mitigate the impact of future disasters. It also underscored the need for greater collaboration between different stakeholders to ensure that relief efforts are coordinated and targeted at the most vulnerable communities.